coming off the Great Recession, we had to change the way we think about not only planning at the local level, planning at the regional level, but helping define what we want to be as a community, not tomorrow or next year, but 20 years out.
I think it was summarized very well today. At the beginning, it was kind of fuzzy and hard to see the vision of what we were doing. And then through the process, as things became more clear and we kind of got a vision of what could happen in our community, I think we all got very excited and could see the possibilities of how we could transform the Southern Nevada region.
We heard there was an opportunity to apply for this grant, and we knew that we had been suffering as a community and we needed to do something different so that we could chart a path for a stronger future in terms of a more resilient economy and how we could do planning better. It was an incredible opportunity and could have only happened with the leadership of our mayor and council and our city manager, because they knew that our residents lead regional lives, and anything we did to improve the sustainability of our entire community and region would benefit our residents in Henderson. So it really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Southern Nevada, and I'm thrilled that we could have been a part of it and really led this project.
Become involved. You know, we're building, this plan is really the plan for the next 20 to 50 years for Southern Nevada, and we're looking to build a vibrant community with a wonderful quality of life, with economic investment and opportunity that looks at supporting jobs, housing, and transportation solutions for our citizens. And so I say this is the best game in town. Get involved.
Well, I think the future of the Valley is going to be hopefully a thoughtful, integrated, meaningful approach to what our community should look like. In the beginning, I think it was more of a data finding mission. What do we have? What do we don't have? What do we want to look like? And now we've really crafted a vision from where we were to where we want to be. And I think that's the exciting part of this process.
I have a son who's 20 years old, and I'm hoping that, you know, he'll stay in town and have some roots here, and it gives me hope for that. You know, we have lived in an area that's been spread out, and the thought of it coming closer together, having transportation where we don't need cars and we can work on our environment is something that I'm hopeful for, because the younger generation wants to see it, and it's something that they're going to have to maintain, and I think that this is the beginning of that plan.
We have really enjoyed the process. I mean, we've learned a lot, only from not just the transportation aspect, but from the planning aspect. And I think that we've been able to give the other jurisdictions and the other agencies some insight as to what we are looking for and how we operate as well.
This is the first time that anything's like this. We heard today from the official at Housing Urban Development that this is groundbreaking and unique and inspiring to our federal agency. It's inspiring to live here and inspiring to be part of it.
It's really been a strong collaborative effort, because almost every part of the community has been engaged. All the business leadership, all the city governments, the county government, education, you name it, environmental groups. So it's been driven by that. It had to be, too, in order to satisfy the grant. They're not collaborative in Washington and then telling you not to collaborate in the region, as you could see from the talk. So they did require all this community outreach, and to the credit of Henderson, it really got on it and did a great job with it.
Those communities who have gone before us and been successful at implementing these types of regional plans are the communities that have had strong constituent partners in developing the plan and implementing the plan. It is not just the Regional Transportation Commission who's going to be implementing this plan. It is the community. We've watched other areas like Denver, Salt Lake, Phoenix, who have accomplished major investments in terms of transportation and transit infrastructure investments. And we've learned from those communities that it is your business partners, it is your constituents, your residents, your leadership who are going to tell you what you need to put in that plan and how you're going to execute it.
The vision for the future is that as we go forward, that we have a voice in where schools are put, that we have a voice in needs that specific communities have, that we make sure that that transportation is there for a lot of our students who have no cars of their homes to come take them to school, take them to CTAs and magnets.
It really ends up being, this is the place where we begin. So we brought everyone together, we know how to move forward, and we have a great implementation plan that is in the documents that have been provided for us. And so now it's our job as those who support this plan to do what we can to start bringing it about. This will be a place where everyone wants to live. And when I say place goes beyond just a location. There's a sense of energy and a sense of vibrancy and attraction where everyone around the world will want to be here to enjoy that vibrancy and the electricity that we will be generating.
I see going forward that you have land use coordinated finally with transportation, and that the two of them are the key things that we need to do for long-term regional planning. So it looks promising, and that the RTC is also an agency that's had success in getting resources, so that'll help as well.
I think that there's going to be an increased focus on that. I loved hearing about that sustainable community approach, alternate transportation models, and how we can continue to integrate the trails and open space into things that really attract people to our community for that long-term vitality. I think there's a ton of potential with that. Trails are one of the safest ways to get to and from work or to and from the store where you're not on the same roadway as a car, for instance. Just creating those opportunities for people to really feel that sense of community. I think that there's a lot of potential as we move forward in the Regional Transportation Commission leading this effort.
We're so excited that RTC has taken over as the plan leader, that they really are, as the MPO, the right body and well equipped to be able to continue the discussions that we've undertaken, the research, and to begin the planning engagement with all of the communities within our region. And we really are a regional governance, and this is an opportunity for us to work collaboratively with the right body in our community to then follow on with transportation solutions that the citizens of our communities want to see collectively. And I must tell you, as a Henderson Councilwoman, I'm so proud of the folks in the city of Henderson for their leadership on this project, and working with Stephanie Garcia-Voss and Lisa Corrado and Brittany Markarian and all of the wonderful folks at the city of Henderson. We really have an outstanding team, and the product that we were able to deliver today to the Regional Transportation Commission was second to none.
I'm really excited to be at the end of this process. We are really proud of what we've achieved. We've developed the first federally recognized regional plan in Southern Nevada. We've gathered more public input at a regional scale than has ever been done in the past. We're very proud of what we've accomplished. We also were a city government acting on behalf of a region, working to gain collaboration support across all agencies in Southern Nevada, which was no small feat. So we're really proud of the relationships that we've developed, and looking forward to supporting the RTC in transitioning into this similar role in the future. Well, we've already become more competitive. We have federal agencies calling us, emailing us all the time, asking us for proposals for different grant programs, inviting us to different events, offering technical assistance. So I think this is just the beginning.
Don't go reaching into your bag for a 20-year-old project. You know, this is a process now where when we reach consensus on the new projects that make sense for us, that we get those funded, that we get those placed as high priority. Because in the past, what's been happening is planning had been done and left dormant and waited for funding. And then the funding would come, and by the time somebody paid for a project, you didn't even want it anymore, let alone need it. So a process is now in place where this is going to be a very different path, and it's going to be far more relevant to what we're planning on land use, on business investment, on education facilities. All that is now part of the process.
Well, obviously we have to stay engaged, and I think it's important to keep our community engaged to the greatest extent we can. We have to find out what the people in the community want and how to implement that. That's how this will be a successful program. It cannot be a top-down. It has to be a grassroots effort about what our communities look like and what we want to improve and what we want to change.
I think the first step that we're trying to do is figuring out how to internalize Southern Nevada Strong in everything we do. In other words, look at things through the lens of Southern Nevada Strong. A lot of the things that we're doing already, we can maybe just make some minor tweaks and do things a little bit better so that it accomplishes some of the goals identified in Southern Nevada Strong. I think we can realize a lot of short-term successes if we do that. And there's some bigger picture items, obviously, that are going to take a lot more effort and a lot more collaboration and opportunity. But I think there's some things that we're already headed a little bit in the right direction, and if we kind of correct course a little bit, we can accomplish a lot. And we're going to encourage the same thing from all of our regional partners that we're going to be working with, the local jurisdictions or the 13 regional partners that are identified in the plan. You know, the idea being that we want connected communities, we want a resilient economy, we want a better education system that services all the needs of the entire community. And it'll make us more economically resilient as a region, as opposed to, you know, one that's more susceptible to the fluctuations that we've experienced in the last couple of years.
Everything's connected, and so transportation is definitely the hub. Air quality and asthma clusters tend to be in high-density housing near stalled intersections because the air quality is bad. If you fix transportation, you fix air quality. You're fixing health. You're also fixing economics. It takes shorter to get to your meeting. You're more productive. You're fixing the economy. Who knew transportation was environmental? It's all connected. And so the thing I was most excited was that our seamless segue from planning to implementation by transferring to the RTC, brilliant and perfect.
Transitioning from the planning process into implementation is a really exciting time for the region, I believe. It's really time to, I think, take advantage of this opportunity we've been given, put some of these strategies into place, and continue to work together to implement these strategies and strengthen our valley.